I make movies that cost way more money, take way more work, are completely original, and I wasn't able to monetize. I'll never talk to a human about this from YouTube. I'll just never be able to monetize my videos. So happy about finally getting monetized, and I've been working for so long to hopefully get it, and you've been helping me for so long, and now that I got it, I'm like, yes, and then I look at how much money I make, and it's like, it then went just skyrocketed, like 3 years after the initial upload. I'm honestly inspired. It restored my faith in humanity a little bit.
This is Conversation with Jared Hirsch, a professional filmmaker whose channel was repeatedly denied monetization despite creating original content. Over 6 months, we worked together to crack the code. We'll take you behind the scenes of our journey, and at the end, I'll show you the exact appeal video that worked twice.
I first applied maybe last summer, and since then, my one video got like over 100,000 views, and I would have been able to have been monetizing that, and all of that was just out the window because of YouTube's mistake. And so it was really frustrating. It'd be nice to have them up on YouTube and have some sort of monetization, and it was just incredibly frustrating. Also because there was just no feeling of reaching a human. I applied multiple times, and I did the appeal video, and it felt like every time it was just, even when they said a human reviews the video, I got an automated response back, and it felt so disingenuous. And I got to the point where I just assumed I'll never talk to a human about this from YouTube, and I'll just never be able to monetize my videos, even if they make even if they get a few million views, and I could potentially be making money off of this, I'll just be getting nothing. And I felt kind of screwed over by YouTube. Yeah, when you reached out to me, it was interesting because it was like, oh, this guy is willing to help me out for seemingly almost no reason other than just you're interested in the subject. But it's funny because I think you're in such a particular niche. It's almost like YouTube would be benefited to hire you, honestly. You know, you're in such a niche that probably no one else really is in. Exploring and like kind of being academic about demonetization and such. It's like a very specific thing. It's very cool though.
That sounds very cool, yeah? But they have incentive to not monetize channels because they can roll ads and doesn't have to share revenue with anyone.
Why do they have incentive? I mean, they still make money off of videos that aren't monetized, right? In terms of, don't they still roll ads?
Back in the day, around 2010 or so, everyone was getting monetized on YouTube, even some sketchy folks. Then some journalist was like, what the hell? Terrorists are making AdSense money? It was a big deal, and I think PewDiePie dropped the N-word around the same time. YouTube took a major hit, like $1 billion or something, so they cracked down hard. At first, it was all human reviews, took forever, like 40 days or more. But as time went on, they started using machine learning and stuff. At first, YouTube had good reasons, but now it's all subjective. The big channels still get their cut, but for us smaller folks, who's going to complain if we get screwed over? No one notices.
Yeah, I mean, for a little while, I thought that the reason why we weren't able to monetize was that we have a lot of our content is kind of like dark humor or a little bit like risque almost. I don't know what the best word is for it. But I thought it was because it was kind of inappropriate content. And for a while, I kind of had just resigned to thinking, well, YouTube wants to be family friendly and they want to be advertiser friendly. And they think that my stuff isn't advertiser friendly, which was a little bit frustrating because, for instance, like, I don't know, even just video games, there's so many violent video games that are just people killing other people constantly that is just full of YouTube. So it was a little frustrating to feel like that was the reason. Now I think I know that the best way to probably reach a human is through Team YouTube. That seems to be like it's a human responding on Twitter, right?
On Twitter, you've got actual humans answering for YouTube, and they use templates for answers a lot. I mean, most users barely trying to put effort into videos, but big channels,
they respond more to bigger channels.
They're getting way better results on Twitter. Even if they're just reusing their Twitch streams to YouTube or whatever, they still get remonetized fast. It's like the humans actually bother to review the bigger channels because it's better for YouTube's rep,
It's also, to me, it's kind of funny. Now that I've been monetized for about, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks. And I was so happy about finally getting monetized. And I've been working for so long to hopefully get it. And you've been helping me for so long. And now that I got it, I'm like, yes. And then I look at how much money I make and it's like $8. It's like $8 in 2 weeks. It's kind of funny that ultimately it's for not too much money. I mean, granted, hopefully my videos get more views down the line.
Now, about our journey, man, what a ride. We're talking a massive timeline here, like 6 months of back and forth emails. I was throwing out all sorts of ideas, trying to figure out what might work. We were both on the same page, doing everything we could to prove you were legit. But eventually, it turns out that probably the best thing was for you to actually show yourself in a peel video. That was the slam dunk proof that you weren't just re-uploading someone else's stuff. I think that was the hang-up all along. They were worried you might have been reusing someone else's content.
Yeah, it's so interesting. It makes me wish that they would just say that then, or say the exact reason.
You can't. If they give you
exact instructions how to make an appeal video, people like me or someone smarter than me
will make
AI version of someone. YouTube will have such a bad time understanding who is who. It will be
crazy.
They benefit by being a little bit more on the cautious side.
Yeah, they gotta play it safe. It's like this never-ending game of cat and mouse, you know? What they're doing now is pretty smart. They can share some stuff, sure, but they've also got this wiggle room to make little tweaks that nobody ever sees. The front end stays the same, but behind the scenes, they are tinkering.
I think that you're right that showing my face and then also showing screenshots and video of my work process, because I had done the appeal before. And so at first we thought, oh, it's just that we have my videos up on Vimeo. And that might have been the reason why I got flagged. But taking them down wasn't enough, because I took it down, made an appeal video, and still nothing. It wasn't until I showed my face, I spoke with seeing my video, and then also showed actual screenshots of my timeline and work process beyond just... Originally, I think I just showed a photo of me on set, and I think you need to really show like the technical side of your work, you know?
Man, your appeal video? That thing's museum worthy. Seriously, it's the best one I've seen. Well, also, you have like actually interesting work you have behind the scenes, photos, crew, and set. That's interesting to see it. Usually people are just, hey, it's me and my laptop.
I was able to say, look, these are photos of me on a set with a cameraman and with a whole set and with a bunch of crew. Yeah, that helped for sure.
Yeah. So what did you think when you finally get monetized and on the next day demonetized?
How did I feel?
Yeah.
Almost a little bit in disbelief, because I had kind of started to believe that it would never happen. You know, I think that when you get in a loop with customer service that isn't human, or with a big company and you're just getting the same response over and over, you start to assume that there's no reason to believe that anything will change. I was pretty stoked. I was excited. It made me want to go and make more films, even though I saw like, oh, I made 50 cents today. I was like, yeah, I was so excited, and less so because of the money, but more of even just, I had convinced myself it wouldn't happen. So it was extremely exciting to happen, and I felt very grateful that you had helped me. And it really felt like one of those things where you definitely did not have to. I think that it restored my faith in humanity a little bit to say, oh wow, there's someone who's interested in this, but also is helping other people. That really that warmed my heart a little bit. I really appreciated it.
Thanks. I think I have goosebumps from your words. It's like I was Sherlock Holmes and you had an amazingly interesting case. So if I remember correctly, because I studied everything I could about your channel here, a longer video of yours got 100,000 views because of YouTube Shorts, right?
So I'm still not sure, but basically it had started, like when I first uploaded it, it got a decent amount of views. I think it got somewhere around 17,000 at a certain point. But then 4 years after uploading it, or 3 or 4 years after uploading it, a decent time, it then just skyrocketed. 3 years after the initial upload to 120,000 or whatever in the matter of a month, very quick. Mm-hmm. And I think the only correlation that I really have as to what it could have been was that I had uploaded a couple of YouTube shorts to my channel like a week before or something like that. And before then, I hadn't been very active because I make a film maybe every year. So I don't upload that often to really, and my guess is that I don't upload enough to have YouTube recognize me or recognize my channel as active.
YouTube's algorithm is quite random. Audiences are categorized into different groups or buckets. Your core audience watches short films. The next group consists of people who have watched some short films before. As we move outward, we encounter larger groups with increasingly diverse audiences until we reach those who no longer engage with your content.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wish that same kind of thing would happen with my other films. I'm almost like, I wish there was I know there's not, but I wish there was like a secret as to how to trigger that for other videos as well.
Well, your best performed video had this beautiful actress. I think it's going to be fun for you to try clickbait. What people said about Game of Thrones, I came for the boobs and stay for the dragons. You can shoot any video and try to find a way to engage with your audience's deeper emotions to make them click. The only problem is that this doesn't guarantee they'll stay. YouTube strongly prefers one person watching a video till the end over 10,000 people clicking and immediately leaving.
Yeah, you know what? That is a good point. I don't think I have, because I'm a filmmaker and I don't really think too much about the advertising of it or about like the thumbnail and such, but it makes total sense that plays way bigger of a part than I would like to admit. It probably is worth honestly giving more thought to it.
If I'm not mistaken, the budget for a movie is typically matched by an equal amount for marketing. It's often a 1-to-1 ratio, effectively doubling the total budget.
For big movies, yeah, that's true.
So I think it wouldn't be unfair to say that half of the work is about getting exposure, right? You need to create a title and a thumbnail. You need to make your core audience like it as much as possible. Something for your specific target person. You know that they will click it and they will engage to the end and hopefully leave a like and share.
You know, it has me thinking, I think I'm going to try switching some of my thumbnails actually when I'm done this. I might do some experimentation, you know, just put some like boobs, you know, like right in the middle.
Oh my God, no.
I believe you have A/B testing available for thumbnails, you know?
Oh, really? You can do that?
But it doesn't actually work how you might expect. The thumbnails that lead to more watch time are actually preferred. This means you've met the expectations of your audience.
You don't want to be too misleading.
Well, misleading works, but for clicks, not for watch time, and that's what you need.
And watch time matters.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's more opportunities for YouTube to earn money. If you're still ongoing, observe more ads. And also, interestingly, you always compete with videos of the same length.
Right. Interesting.
Sometimes it's better to go longer if the quality is not suffering.
Interesting. How many channels do you have?
I think like 8 channels.
How many of your channels are monetized?
I think all of them monetized. I don't really count not monetized channels. This channel is like a new side hustle, and I thought it would be cool to share with people what I figured out.
Have you had other people to help? Has there been anyone else that's reached out to you?
So you were my inspiration, but then I made 5 or 6 videos. And I had 2 clients with the same problem, but the content was not movies. It was much simpler.
That's what was so frustrating, especially about this, is that most of the things that I watch on YouTube, is even monetized stuff, are reaction videos. And they feel like they're pretty low quality in terms of the amount of effort and work that actually go into making them. And they're monetized and they make money off them. And I was so frustrating knowing that I make movies that cost way more money, take way more work, are completely original, and I wasn't able to monetize. That was so frustrating to me.
So the first thing is that the world is unjust.
Yes.
And popular people can look at the wall to dry up and still have audience. And the second thing is that actually no one cares how hard you work. Everyone cares only about the results. So it's not like my personal attack.
No, I agree. That's the reality.
I hope for your numbers in the YouTube studio to be evergreen. I hope you'll explore different audiences in your niche. I hope you'll play with thumbnails and clickbait, and you'll be surprisingly honest. And you will be everything else. This is a journey, and it can be enjoyable. Algorithm can connect you with some movie producers or opening up numerous other possibilities. YouTube is truly the best platform.
I'm honestly inspired. I now I have goosebumps. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it, man.
Okay, Jad. Bye
Let's
bye. See you.
let's stay in touch, okay? We'll stay in
Okay, of
touch.
course. Of course.
All right. Bye, Paul. Thank you
Bye-bye.
again. Hello, my name is Jared Hirsch. I am the owner of the People Zoo account. That's youtube.com/@peoplezoo. I have submitted for monetization a few times, and twice I've been rejected, and the reason is reused content. Although the problem is that my entire channel is all original content. It's all things that I make, I write, direct, and edit. Here I'm going to show you some examples of my timelines, my editing timelines, where I actually make these movies. I'm also showing some of the scripts from these videos, showing that I did write them as well. I also have pictures of me on set. But again, everything in the video is completely original. The music, the story, everything. My only thought is that at one point, one of my films, Miss Barton's Famous Cakes, was also we put on Vimeo. But I have since taken that down because I figured that that may be one of the problems. But that shouldn't have even affected this last time because it has been down for a while. But yeah, nothing is even repurposed footage. It's truly all original. It's stuff that I own, I created, and I guess I'm just not even sure why it's being flagged as reused content. I appreciate you watching this and hope to hear back from you soon, and hopefully this can be overturned.